And by the way, there's this brother coming up, Molly. His name is Boots Ennis. This brother's special. You don't want to go in the ring against after that beating. Molly, it was so bad. I swear to y'all, I am not exaggerating.
Official prediction if that fight happens.
Knockout. Nasty knockout. Nasty knockout.
By who?
I think Boots knocks Xander out in 5.
So not a systematic breakdown? You talking one-shot deal?
No. I mean, you know, Boots is a combination together, but that's going to be easy. And again, if Boots beat him, will he get credit for it?
Should. He's a unified champion in the division.
That don't mean nothing. Boots got so many haters, so many people that don't like Boots. But, you know, it's going to...
Boots, as far as the notoriety, obviously what's on the line, the belts that's on the line and all that, because people are going to give him his credit for this fight, but I don't think it's going to be as close as people might think it would be. I already had Boots beating him in like 8 or 9, but I don't think it'll last that long. I don't. I think I got Boots in 6 if Zayas comes out with the same strategy that he's come out with in almost every fight that he's fought. He got to get off the ball of that left foot if he think he's going to beat Boots, because he's going to see that rhythm, he's going to see that pattern. And he's going to start.
Xander recently said, Boots, and this is a quote, that you, quote, eat every straight punch and every hook. What do you think about that criticism from Xander of your defense?
Did y'all watch Xander?
Yeah, of course.
Did y'all watch Xander? He get hit a lot. He get a lot, man. I don't know what like these narratives that everybody keeps saying. I get hit this, that, and the third. I still get hit less than everybody's favorite fighter in a street like that. But these guys want to put they got to find something to talk about, you know, because when you great at everything, you know, they just pick one thing, you know. Like I said, he gonna see.
Stephen A. Smith just dropped a reality check that has the entire boxing world holding its breath. He has openly declared on national television that 23-year-old Xander Zayas is a special generational talent equipped with the exact tools to pull off a monumental upset. The stakes for this June 27th showdown are almost unimaginable for both sides. If Ennis, the feared and heavily avoided boogeyman, loses to a kid who just secured his unified champion status, the entire mythos surrounding his career is shattered overnight. Smith's bold prediction has ignited a firestorm of debate among fans and analysts alike. The physical reality of this matchup hit everyone like a freight train during the official New York City press conference. When the two men finally stood face to face under the bright lights, a jarring truth was exposed.
Yeah, okay, you guys turning into the middle and face off again in 3, 2, 1, face off. Hold that, 10 seconds. Come on in. Okay, switching sides.
Zayas looks massive next to Boots. This single visual immediately sparked a whisper campaign that has been gaining serious traction in training camps around the country. Zayas' team is actively pushing the narrative that Ennis has been a weight bully his entire career, relying on a physical size and power advantage that is about to completely disappear. Zayas naturally walks around at a heavy, solid 190 pounds. For the very first time, Boots is stepping into the ring against a true natural super welterweight who won't be bullied, battered, or easily pushed backward. The size discrepancy has become a major talking point in the lead-up to the fight. What the DAZN cameras didn't capture was the absolute panic unfolding behind closed doors before the ink even dried on the contract. Top-rank and legendary promoter Bob Arum reportedly had zero intention of making this dangerous fight happen so soon.
Around at a fight night.
You about 180 right now. You about 180 right now.
Let's keep it about 180 right now. Let's keep it at that.
You bigger than that? Damn.
180.
Cruiserweights in there.
All right, let's talk about this fight, man. I do feel Jaron is a very talented fighter. I thought he was a big 147-pounder, so he still have decent size, but you're bigger than him.
Yeah.
Like in stature. Without giving too much up, what worries you about him? Like, what do you have to be concerned with in the ring?
His speed, and his IQ. I gotta always be 10 steps ahead of him. I can't give him no space. I can give him no chance. if he sees a chance, he's gonna take advantage of it. I mean, he's a good fighter. He knows how to read another fighter. I mean, we've seen it throughout his career. So he knows how to read fights. He knows how to read a fighter, but he's never been uncomfortable either.
People have been, this is what I've been hearing, right, for some experts off the record, saying that Jaron gets hit, right? We all seen him get hit in fights, but people like to say, well, it's because he's comfortable in there getting hit with those guys. He's a better defensive fighter than that, right? But he does get hit at fights.
And that's what I say.
So people are saying, a lot of people are starting to say, this fight is a lot more interesting than people think. Xander's a big guy at this weight class. When you watch those fights and see him get hit, do you think to yourself, like, wow, there's so much vulnerability there. Like, I know exactly what to do this.
That's what I think of myself. You better not get hit because, again, he's never been uncomfortable. He's been hit, but he's been okay. Like, I can still, he rolls with those punches.
Right.
You know, every time he gets hit flush, you can see it. He gets uncomfortable, but then he gets back to.
Right.
And these guys, they don't have the IQ. They don't have the technique to keep building on that, right? I do, and you guys have seen it. I build on everything. On everything I do is just something added extra to that layer. And there's no fights that you can tell me I haven't seen nothing new from you. There's always something that I get better at. There's something that I improve at. And this fight, I will continue to do that. Again, it's easy to be there and be comfortable with all these guys and be comfortable getting hit. But what when you're not? Well, how is your brain gonna tolerate that? How is your brain gonna react to that? It's not. It's gonna be too late.
I guess there's no...
The corporate blueprint for Zayas was incredibly safe. Slowly build the young star's brand with comfortable, highly profitable title defenses in Madison Square Garden and Puerto Rico. Instead, Zayas completely went rogue. He rejected the protective bubble, forced his own promoter's hand, and demanded the most dangerous man available. The decision to bypass the traditional path to stardom has raised questions about whether Zayas is making a brilliant move or a catastrophic mistake. Industry insiders are fiercely debating whether this aggressive takeover of his own career is a sign of supreme undeniable confidence or a dangerous rookie mistake that could permanently derail a golden goose.
What do you feel like is the difference between champion Zayas, right? Like the champion and then the prospect. Is there a difference, or you kind of
a little bit more confidence? You get that, a little bit more experience. You get that confidence. You know you go 12 rounds. You know you could look good for 12 rounds. You get a little bit more like, you know, pepper in your step, kind of like.
Well, this fight, like you said, this is the biggest. You know, everybody's talking about this fight.
Yes.
This is a huge fight here. One is, first of all, how did this come about, right? Because, you know, a lot of people are giving you credit, like, yo, you fighting the boogeyman, right? A lot of people call him a boogeyman. How did the fight actually, like, come about?
Man, I feel like this is what boxing is all about. You gotta fight the best. I say I'm the best. He says he's the best. We're the best fighters at 54. Let's see who's really the best. And he came pretty easy. Obviously, he had a negotiation period with Virgil Ortiz. So after my fight, we were looking at other opponents, Josh Kelly being one of them. Sent out a couple notes, a couple letters to his team. Never got a response back. Then obviously we heard that the fight with Virgil fell through because of Virgil's legal things with his company. And we jumped right on it. We're like, hey, we won the fight. Same thing, same split, same everything. We just same deal. Just make it happen. And they went to Boots' team and they said yes, and we were already obviously in. So it's an easy negotiation period, I say.
That's crazy because I guess coming off of, as fans, looking at what happened with Virgil and Boots, we just feeling like, damn, this is going to be something hard to make, right? But you're just saying it's easy, bro.
Man, to be honest, when you want to be great, it's easy to do it. You just got to go and do it. It's when you put too many buts and no, but this, no, but that, no, but it got to be. And that's too many excuses. Let's make the fight happen. He's from Philly. I'm from Puerto Rico. We both sell in the East Coast. We have proved that we both sell in the East Coast. So why not make it happen here?
Some see it as the move of a fighter who knows exactly what he is doing and is ready to seize his moment. Others worry that Zayas is rushing into a fight he is not ready for, potentially sacrificing his future for a single payday. The debate has divided the boxing community, with strong opinions on both sides.
I don't know if definitely top ranking. They're definitely capable of doing something like that. where if a fighter's contract is in and they go, hey, go do what it is that you're gonna do. But when I think about Xander Zayas, you got to give them credit. You got to give them credit. You got to feel like they feel that they see something in Jaron Ennis that maybe we are not seeing, right? Or maybe they're seeing something in their own capabilities that we're not necessarily seeing that will mesh well or give them some type of advantage as it relates to Jaron Ennis. So it's an interesting dynamic. I think right now I got to go back and look at more Xander Zayas fights. I've seen a couple of them. I haven't seen like every fight that he's been in before I really make a decision. But right now he feels like a sacrificial lamb to me. I kind of see him like a Villa, maybe a little bit more athletic than a Villa in my opinion, just based off what I've seen. But I got to go back and really break him down and really look at him. Kudos to both fighters. Boots has proven that he wants to fight all the champions at 154. If he is successful in this fight, and I think he will be, then I want to see him in the ring with the towering inferno, Sebastian Fundora. That would be an interesting fight, according to somebody who is no longer in the sport. They say that he's beatable, but they didn't fight him. So anyway,
pew 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 pew.
It's an interesting dynamic, man. I'm impressed with the fight. I want to see what ends up happening between these two fighters, and hopefully.
While casual fans were busy mourning the collapse of the Ennis versus Virgil Ortiz dream fight, elite tactical minds were spotting a much bigger threat. Renowned trainer Greg Hackett recently went viral for dropping a serious tactical bombshell regarding this matchup. He argued that Zayas is actually a far more complex puzzle for Boots to solve than Ortiz ever would have been. Instead of just walking forward looking for a knockout, Zayas possesses a lethal high IQ versatility. He can...
So we're going to start off with Xander. If Xander's green, if Xander isn't ready, how did he get to this point?
You saying if he's those things that people saying?
Like I see him in the comments, he's green, he isn't ready, he isn't elite, he hasn't faced anybody.
Yeah.
How did he get to this point? Because you don't become unified champion by accident.
Well, you know what people do? They say matchmaking. No, matchmaking matters, but you still got to fight. Xander fought to get his way here. He did what he had to do. He beat who he needed to beat. And I like it. Tellez lost to Abbas, he beat Abbas. How can we be mad about that? We didn't know Abbas at all, but that's Tellez's fault. Now we know Abbas because of Tellez.
As far as Boots goes, you hear he's overhyped. He's king tune-up, bum basher.
Yeah.
As soon as he faces a real boxer, they're going to outbox him, all the defensive flaws.
Yeah.
So the question I got for you is that if he has all of these flaws, why hasn't anybody been able to capitalize on him?
Because don't nobody work like him. That's the truth. I ain't seen a fighter yet. That worked like Boots Ennis. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't seen a fighter yet that worked like that. That put that pain in like that. I ain't seen it. I know it's fighters that work hard, but I'm talking about that work like that. Consistency. I ain't seen it. Really putting that pain in. And I'm saying really grinding it out. You know what I mean? I ain't seen it.
Seamlessly switch from rangy outside boxing to clinical vicious bodywork on the inside. Hackett's analysis has added a new dimension to the conversation, suggesting that Zayas' style may be uniquely problematic for Ennis. That level of unpredictability makes him a ticking time bomb that Boots simply hasn't had to defuse in his professional career. It completely changes the geometry of the fight. Ennis is used to opponents who...
Yeah. Well, listen, the odds have already came out. You're the underdog as far as the betting is concerned.
Yeah.
And people, just fans, pundits, everybody's like, yo, this might be too early for Xander, right? Like, what do you feel when people are saying it might be too early?
Man, to be great, again, you just gotta do it. Believe in yourself. I believe in myself. I know what I can do in that ring. He's a man just like me. He breathes just like I breathe. He has two hands just like I have two hands. It's fair game. Yeah. When it comes to fight night, I'm just gonna be 10 steps ahead of him, man. And the experience, the age, none of that is gonna matter when he has no answer, when he can't find any answers for me that night.
Yeah. So now, all right, I would say, because like I said, people looking at Boots like a boogeyman. Do you look at him like that? Like, is he like, oh, this is the guy in the division that's like a scary...
I mean, I'm the guy in the division. I'm the only one that has 2 belts.
Yeah.
So, people can perceive him and people can see him as however they want to see him. At the end of the day, we gotta step in that ring and see who's the best, who's the boogeyman.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not afraid of the dark. I'm not scared of nobody. He's a man just like I am. He breathes just like I breathe. The only man that I'm scared of is above me. Everybody else, they're gonna have to get the smoke.
Come forward in predictable patterns, but Zayas' ability to mix up his approach could keep Boots guessing and prevent him from establishing his rhythm. The tactical challenge that Zayas presents is unlike anything Ennis has faced before. That dangerous leap in competition has deeply fractured the opinions of boxing royalty. On one side, you have pound-for-pound king Terence Crawford and veteran coach Reggie issuing dire public warnings. They respect the ambition.
That's a tough fight, you know, especially for Xander at this point in his career, but it shows his heart and his confidence, you know, that he has in himself. And he's ready to go make history for his country. And he's going to do real well in that fight. You know, I just think, you know, right now, you know, it's a little bit too early.
But they are terrified the young fighter is being served up as a sacrificial lamb. Their concerns reflect a belief that Zayas may not be physically or mentally ready for the level of competition that Ennis represents, and that the fight could set his career back significantly. Coach Reggie hasn't held back, bluntly calling the young champion a baby in the learning stages who could suffer a brutal, career-ending beating if he isn't careful. Yet, Hall of Famer Roy...
It was you having sparred with Canelo when he was getting ready for Terence Crawford. What was that like?
It was a great thing. You know, I went out there, you know, as everybody knows, I'm moving up to 154, so why not go out there and, put my, my skills against, a 168 pounder and see how I do. It was a great thing. A great experience. I went out there for my first 2 weeks of camp. Got in great shape. For my upcoming fight for this Saturday, and it was a great time. I enjoyed myself.
Philly Boots, what's up, brother? Happy to see you.
Oh boy, here we go.
I'm just saying, it's always good. I've been waiting for this interview. You haven't been on here. We've been looking for you, but a quick to piggyback off you real quick. When you was training out there with Canelo and camp with him, right, to get him ready for the fight, did you know that Crawford would dominate him like that? Because you guys are kind of similar. People like to say y'all switch hit. Because you feel that it might be a good night for Bud just for training against Canelo and seeing how he looked in camp?
I didn't get to see. I didn't watch it or anything. But that was a great victory for Terence Bud Crawford. He did a historical thing for him, his family, and his team, and he did a good job. He made a big statement.
Yeah, Boots, Mike Coppinger here. Obviously, a lot of people wanted to see you versus Terence Crawford. We're not going to get that fight. But now that you're at 54...
Jones Jr. completely dismisses that panic. Jones doesn't see a fragile kid stepping out of his depth. He sees a cold, calculated nightmare who is already mature far beyond his years. When legends of the ring are this fiercely divided, the tension reaches an absolute boiling point. The disagreement between these respected voices highlights just how unpredictable this matchup truly is. Of the fans, however, see something entirely different. A massive rebellion against the...
Can you randomly using this Boots fight? They're both going to have great fights.
Yeah, but that's what you want. Guys that aren't afraid of the oath, that are willing to show how great... Trust me when I say this place will be electric on June 27th. It'll be a massive fight. Whoever wins comes out as a superstar. Whoever loses comes out as a big star.
Can you give me your random thoughts on? Sorry, go ahead.
They had the Puerto Rico thing. Xander said, "How do we end up in Brooklyn as opposed to MSG, where we used to see in Matchroom, we're used to seeing Top Rank? So how do we go from Puerto Rico and end up at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York?"
Well, firstly, I think there's a lot of Puerto Ricans in Brooklyn. MSG wasn't available on any date in June, so and I like this place. I mean, don't forget, this place has staged some massive fights over the years. It's always a good crowd. Even when I came here for Dalton Smith against Super Real Matias, I mean, it was quite a small show, but there was still, 4,000 or 5,000 in it, and it was wild. Do you know what I mean? You imagine the whole place is full up, which it will be. So, yeah, look, I love MSG, I love Barclays Center, and I'm just pleased to be in New York because I think that's the right place. You're going to get a huge amount of Puerto Ricans coming to this fight. You're also going to get a huge amount traveling from Philadelphia, thousands upon thousands, and I think that would be great for the travel.
Corrupt politics of the sport. Hardcore forums and social media are celebrating this clash as the ultimate people's main event. Fans are exhausted by champions holding belts hostage and the messy sanctioning fees that ruin great matchups. Because both fighters were tired of the waiting game, they bypassed the red tape to give the public exactly what they wanted. The fight has become a symbol of fighters taking control of their careers and prioritizing entertainment over politics. According to boxing journalist Mike Coppinger, this was a ruthless masterclass in business by the underdog. By simply showing the ambition that older veterans completely lacked, Zayas secures a career-high payday and elevates his global marketability as a Puerto Rican economic engine. Even in a scenario where he takes a loss, his stock skyrockets just for being willing to walk straight into the fire. Coppinger's analysis suggests,
man, you know, he's a 2-division champion right now, and for him to choose the toughest guy on paper right now, I mean, skill-wise, Boots, it's crazy. You know, it's crazy. He could have went a different route, but he chose the best guy.
By the way, when we talk about the difference between championship and belt, you can win belts in different divisions, right? But Boots was the Ring Magazine welterweight champion of the world. Right now, I don't love the way he got it because Stanionis hadn't fought in a million years. It's his only real significant welterweight win, really, of a guy who's in the top 10, and that guy was really inactive. But he dominated that fight, Mike.
Yes,
dominated.
Yeah, I think Boots looked special in that fight, and there's a reason why there's so much hype around Boots. He's an incredible athlete, he has a great jab, he can box, he's in good fights, he has power. But Xander Zayas at 23 is definitely an improving fighter, and like you said, Gabe, he's an economic engine, right? He could be fighting in Puerto Rico, he just sold out in January, he could fight in New York, he's gonna probably have the bigger fan support here. And I think this is a great business move for Xander too. He's gonna get a career high payday, and like you said, 190 he walks around at. He hasn't had much more time.
That Zayas has already won regardless of the outcome, having positioned himself as a fighter willing to take on the biggest challenges. Everything collides when the talking stops and the opening bell rings in Brooklyn. Sean Porter perfectly summarized the terrifying reality of this clash, describing Boots as pure electricity just waiting to shock his opponent, but he also warned that the undisputed phenom across the ring has the discipline and skill to ground that current. Porter's assessment captures the essence of the fight, a collision of irresistible force and immovable object, with both fighters possessing the tools to impose their will on the other. This is
the way I think Boots is gonna put it together. I think Boots is gonna be a top 5 pound for pound guy. I think he's gonna beat Xander Zayas. Well, since we're on the topic, my early pick is Boots.
He said shit.
116, 111. I think it's gonna be a competitive fight. I do think that speed and power and creativity of Jaron Ennis at some point will overwhelm Xander Zayas enough to get a knockdown, but I don't see him knocking out Xander Zayas. I think Zayas is going to make it a very good fight and show why he is who he is as a unified champ, the youngest in the game at 23. But Boots is a phenomenal talent. I just think the people, the reasonable skeptics are just saying, yeah, but it's got to produce something. You're almost 30 years old. You're a year away from 30, and your best win, respectfully, is Montes Stanionis, who's a good fighter, and you did unify. You did become ring champ, technically the lineal champ at welterweight. But I think his talent is better than Errol Spence at this age, but he doesn't have the accomplishments Spence had at that age. But I think Ennis is a better talent,
I agree with that 100.
Defining crossroads for the entire division. Will a massive 23-year-old mastermind successfully short-circuit the most avoided man in boxing? Or will the boogeyman violently remind the world exactly why everyone else was terrified to sign the contract? The answer will come on June 27th at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, where two of the most talented fighters in the division will settle their differences once and for all. We'd love to hear from you regarding this fight. Who wins this dangerous clash? Can we witness an upset victory for Zayas over Boots? Let me know down below. That's all from today's video. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon so you never miss our upcoming videos. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments section. Stay tuned, and we will catch you in the next video.